In some states, kids who are in the foster care system, the parent can come and step in and say, I want to make a permanent adoption plan for my child, knowing full well that they probably will not get that child back. So they would rather choose the parents for their baby than let the child continue to go through the system. And then that is considered a private adoption and not adoption through foster care, even though you are adopting a child that has been in foster care. Make sense? Hope so.
Welcome to the Adoption Roadmap Podcast, your go-to guide through the beautiful, complex, and transformative journey of adoption. I'm Rebecca Gruenspan, a single mom through adoption consultant for over a decade, author of the Adoption Roadmap book, and your trusted guide. In each episode, we dive into real experiences, expert insights, and the raw, honest truths that you will need to navigate your journey. Whether you're just beginning, in the thick of it, or well past placement, you'll find support and community here to help you navigate this unique path with confidence and love. Adoption isn't all rainbows and butterflies. It is life-changing and worth every bit of effort. Let's learn, grow, and journey together on the Adoption Roadmap Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to this week in adoption. Okay, we've had so much going on, which is always so wonderful. And there's a couple things I wanted to let you know about and kind of just talk about what I did today. So this morning, the first thing I wanted to talk about is that sometimes we have families match with a child that is not a newborn, that is not an unborn baby yet, but sometimes it's a baby that's a little bit older. And we recently had one of those. We have a family that's matched with an 18-month-old, which is really exciting. And I love that. I love when that happens, because what's happening here sometimes, and I don't know if this is the case here or not. I actually don't think so, but I'm not sure. In some states, kids who are in the foster care system, the parent can come and step in and say, I want to make a permanent adoption plan for my child, knowing full well that they probably will not get that child back. So they would rather choose the parents for their baby than let the child continue to go through the system. And then that is considered a private adoption and not adoption through foster care, even though you are adopting a child that has been in foster care. Make sense? Hope so. So we recently had a family match with an 18-month-old, and they were asking, going to my community now, my awesome, amazing RG client community, they were asking about skin and hair care for Black babies, and this is a white family, and also what to pack knowing that they are going to pick up a toddler and not a newborn. So one person said, something you might want to check out is Baby Quip. You can rent anything you might need while you're away, and then you don't have to worry about traveling with it. That's a brilliant suggestion. Natural and brown hair care oil or hair oil is a must, and moisturizing detangler. And a lot of people said you must have satin sheets until he's used to wearing something on his head at night. Somebody mentioned a great community on Facebook called Adoptive and Foster Parents Black Kids Hair Care. Adoptive and foster parents, Black Kids Hair Care. That's the name of the group, which has been super helpful for some. Let's see. Make sure whatever sheets you get for the crib or pack and play are silk. He's still too young to wear a bonnet. You'll also need a detangling brush and a misting bottle. Keep his skin moisturized! Exclamation point. Lotion is a must. Another suggestion was, depending on the situation, I would recommend asking the birth mom what skin and hair care routine she currently uses and what products they have found to work best. I would suggest this for as much information as possible, like also favorite foods, toys, activities, sleep routines, etc. Yes, whenever you can find out as much information as you can from the birth family, definitely do so whenever you can do that. As someone who adopted a 14-month-old boy almost 2 years ago, I can't remember any specifics for packing, but during the ICPC time, which is the Interstate Compact for, what's the P? Something children. It might come to me, it might not, but anyways, it's a time that you need to wait until you get cleared from the state that you're adopting from and the state that you are going to, i.e. the state you live in. So during that time with a 19-month-old, you might want to try to go out and do as many activities and be as active as you can, like parks and museums, great opportunities for bonding. So there's that. And then I wanted to give a shout out to Sweet Peach Tree. That is a company that was founded by one of our former clients, Kate Shanahan, her and her husband are white. They adopted a black child, and then she went on to start a company for black natural, like all natural ingredients, good for you, hair care, safe hair care and skincare products. So I would highly recommend that. It's Sweet Peach Tree, and if you use the code ROADMAP10, you will get 10% off your order because we are a proud affiliate. So sweetpeachtree.com, you could use the code ROADMAP10 and get 10% off. I will also put the link down below. So they make their own products, but they also source a lot of products. One other person said their skin will dry out easier, especially in winter, and keep those curls moisturized with leave-in conditioners. I feel like I'm constantly chasing my son with products after bath time. I mention this skin because my husband, who is white, didn't recognize what ashy skin on black meant or looked like till I, who is brown skin, told him. Also, toys to entertain if you have a drive or flight back. Good luck, Mama. And I'm saying good luck as well. That was the newest question in our community that I thought was worth sharing. I also wanted to mention, so this morning I did an interview on the podcast that will be coming out in the next weeks or so with Cam Lee, who is an adoptee and an adoption therapist and a transracial adoptee. And he's quite amazing. He has a TEDx talk. But anyways, you'll find it. TEDx talk by Cam Lee, who's an adoptee and a therapist. We had an amazing conversation and really talked a lot about the dichotomy and the both and in adoption in so many different ways. And you guys don't want to miss that episode. He started off in such a beautiful and special way, and he just has a way with words. So I had a great interview with him, and then I did an Instagram Live for +1 adoption that really tries to fill the gap financially and educationally for folks who are trying to adopt, who want to adopt, but maybe need some resources in order to do that. They do education and grants. And I did an IG Live with them today, talking a little bit about our 4-step adoption roadmap process, which I thought I'm going to give you a really quick high-level overview of what that looks like. So as you probably know, if you've been following me for any length of time, my process is called the Adoption Roadmap, hence the Adoption Roadmap podcast, and my book called The Adoption Roadmap, which you can find on Amazon. The Adoption Roadmap consists of 4 steps. Step 1 is adoption intelligence. So before anyone gets started and jumps in with 2 feet into this adoption process, I want them to really have an understanding of what the process is going to look like. So that's step 1. There's a lot more to it. I'm just going to give you the really quick overview. Maybe I'll go into it a little bit more another time. But step 2 is working on your adoption profile. And if you go listen to Plus One Adoption, I get into it a little bit more there too. So creating your adoption profile, we work with professional profile designers, and along with your consultant to help you with editing, we help you create a beautiful profile that will hopefully speak to an expectant mom. Step 3 is having you sign up with multiple agencies across the country. We take a multi-agency approach with lower upfront fees. So you're not spending $30,000 in adoption applications, but more like $5,000 for 3 agencies or so. Plus, I get sent situations. So we like to see you far and wide so that you are getting as many situations as possible. My dog wants pets. And look, Cameo. Cameo! Say hi. Say hi, Akila. Step 4 is champion and support. It's everything that comes after you sign up with agencies. So vetting situations, prepping for your first phone call with mom, prepping for the hospital, talking to you about any resources you need along the way, such as an attorney or a doctor, anything like that. That's essentially the 4-step adoption roadmap process. Obviously, it goes into a ton more detail, but that's the high-level overview. So that's what I talked about today on Plus One Adoptions IG Live. And then I caught up with a lot of administrative work. We are kind of changing the way we do our inquiry calls, and we're constantly tweaking our systems and operations, which is fun. So that was my day today. I am traveling very early tomorrow morning, so I will keep this one short and sweet. But if you ever have questions about the adoption process, about what a consultant does and who a consultant is, we are always here for you and happy to provide that information. So just comment below, reach out to us at RG Adoption Consulting, anywhere that you follow on social, and we'd be happy to talk to you. Talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Adoption Roadmap podcast. If you did, I have a few favors to ask of you. First, please hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. And while you're at it, I'd love to hear your takeaways. Please write a review and let me know what you liked. And if you have a question or a suggestion on what you'd like to hear, I'd love to hear that too. Please shoot me an email at support@rgadoptionconsulting.com and let me know what you'd like to hear about. And if you have a question, I may just answer it online. Thanks again for listening. Tune in every Wednesday and Friday morning for a brand new episode of the Adoption Roadmap podcast. Until next time, bye-bye.